6 minutes after takeoff, a plane exploded, killing over 100 people in Ethiopia.
And coming up on State of Events, find out what some students are doing to find affordable housing around campus. State of Events starts now.
Welcome to State of Events. I'm Alexandria Hernandez.
And I'm Lisa Labrignac. Let's get down to our top story.
A flight headed to Kenya from Ethiopia did not make it more than 1,000 feet in the air before nosediving straight into the ground. An Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 crashed Sunday, killing all 157 passengers on board. 8 passengers were Americans, and 2 were from Northern California. The pilot issued a distress call but lost contact with air control traffic just 6 minutes after takeoff. Investigators located the jetliner's 2 flight recorders at the scene. Ethiopian authorities are leading the investigation, assisted by the U.S., Kenya, and others. Airlines from all around the world are grounding their 737 MAXs until more is known about the incident. Our reporter Zach Priest talked to one student who found an innovative way to live rent-free in the Bay Area.
Affordable housing in San Francisco has always been hard to find, but for college students at San Francisco State University, housing can come in the form of a van. There's a whole community of students who use vans as a place to sleep close to campus. They park up and down Lake Merced Boulevard as well as Winston Drive. I sat down with Mariah Peck, who told me about her reasoning behind using a van as a home.
Rent's just too expensive out here. My partner has 2 jobs that are very Sacramento based, and we both love Sacramento, so we decided that the van would be the better option, so that way I don't have to pay rent in Sacramento as well as San Francisco.
This is Mariah's van, a 1998 Ford that she's fully restored. She likes to park it near University Park North where her friend lives. It comes equipped with a double mattress, a space at the foot of the bed to store items, and she even has a cooler. However, there is one thing she's missing: electricity.
Because as of right now, I have to find somewhere to charge all my electronics, or I have my handy-dandy battery jumper as well as just general electricity.
The university is aware of the problem, and behind me is the construction site for the new SF State housing coming in a couple years. But until then, students like Mariah are forced to continue to find ways to get affordable housing in and around campus. Reporting to you for State of Events on SF State's campus, I'm Zach Priest.
Find out how students here at SF State can help the environment. Reporter Karen Alacon has more on this story.
Hi, I'm Karen Alacon, and I'm at San Francisco State for Net Impact's first meeting of the semester. Come by with me. Let's check it out.
ACT is an organization that works to raise awareness about issues relating to sustainability.
The meeting was held by 2 hosts, Bianca and Nathan. As the evening continued, there was a presentation, group activities, and a gift card giveaway.
I started a chapter at San Francisco State University, an undergraduate chapter.
The meeting took place in Humanities Building, room 211, on March 11, 2019.
However, I think in order for them to have a more sustainable cold storage supply is that they need to actually have people from over here think about solutions to over there. And they did say that they had an issue of importing product.
This all stemmed from my interest in sustainability, and as well as myself, I'm a dietetics major.
Net Impact also has a graduate chapter at SF State. Net Impact's chapter with the best ideas will take a trip to Sub-Sahara, where they will integrate their ideas. If interested when the next Net Impact meeting is, or simply just curious, please check out their website. I'm Karen Alarcon with State of Events.
Youth homelessness is on the rise in the East Bay. Some believe tiny homes could be part of the solution. One organization is taking that vision a step further. The nation's first prototype of a tiny house village for young people has begun construction in the East Bay. One of the main qualifications to get one of the temporary homes is you have to help build it. The cost of the materials is about $12,000 each, and it takes a team of 15 to 20 volunteers, about 5 to 6 days to build each one. The plan for phase 1 is to raise several $100,000 in donations to help build the first village of 25 in West Oakland.
A man and a woman were killed by gunfire yesterday morning in an incident that began in Santa Rosa's Coddington Mall parking lot in front of Crunch Fitness. The woman driving was shot in her car around 9:30 a.m., sending her vehicle into a car parked outside the gym. Authorities say they are working to identify both subjects and determine their relationship. Santa Rosa police stress that the area is secure, safe, and businesses remain open.
SF Mayor London Breed appoints Manohar Raju as city's new public defender following the death of Jeff Adachi. Multiple people present said the announcement was met with a standing ovation. Raju has served in the San Francisco Public Defender's Office for the past 11 years and previously was a public defender for Contra Costa County. Mayor London Breed says Raju is committed to advocate policy changes and criminal justice reform. Next on State of Events, an Oakland council member's son died in a robbery over the weekend.
And starting this week, a new policy that lets passengers with bikes board first on Caltrain. Stay tuned. A fire yesterday afternoon at a home in San Francisco's Miraloma Park neighborhood was contained around 3:22 p.m. after firefighters responded to the 911 call at 1:25 p.m. The smoke was visible from blocks away, and people living nearby are saying they were able to hear the crackling of the fire. They were urged to avoid the area, and it is still unclear how many people have been displaced by the blaze. SFPD says that there are no injuries and are investigating the cause of the fire.
The son of Oakland City Council member Lynette Gibson McLaney was shot and killed near USC in what officers believe to have been a robbery. 21-year-old Victor McLaney was a mile from campus when a group of men approached him. He was pronounced dead Sunday morning in Los Angeles. LAPD has not brought any suspects into custody, but the investigation is still underway. Arrangements will be made in Oakland as soon as Victor is brought home. Early Friday morning at the intersection of Howard and 6th Street, a female cyclist was struck by a vehicle. A collision turned fatal after a cyclist was killed in San Francisco. The victim was identified as 31-year-old Tess Roston of Berkeley. Roston was hit by a white truck while riding an electric Ford bicycle south of Market. So far this year, five pedestrians have been struck and killed. Concerned citizens are pushing for change. In response, Mayor London Breed said she is working steadily to develop safety improvements for the area.
Meanwhile, Caltrain passengers with bikes are able to board first as of Monday the 11th. The Bikes Board First program is aimed at reducing delays and making boarding faster for all riders. A pilot program last year shaved boarding times by more than a minute. Caltrain ambassadors will be on hand in the coming weeks to help implement the new protocol.
In New York City, a child who contracted measles infected 21 students at a school in Williamsburg. Now more than 133 cases have been reported in Brooklyn following the outbreak. The health department issued a mandatory directive for students who did not receive measles, mumps, and rubella vaccines to be excluded.
There are a lot of things going on in Latin America this week. First, the crisis in Venezuela deepens as it enters into its 6th day without power. Venezuelans are struggling with simple day-to-day tasks due to the lack of electricity, water, and food. No power equals no phones, internet, banks, and credit card machines. People's ongoing hunger and inability to acquire money from the bank has resulted in supermarket lootings and an overall state of panic. At least 21 people have been reported dead in Caracas, Venezuela's capital. Disputed President Nicolás Maduro believes the blackouts are a result of cyber attacks by the United States. As of now, no evidence has been presented. Next, all 12 passengers aboard a Colombian plane resulted dead in a fatal crash. The plane was headed to Villavicencio from José del Guavire on Saturday. The emergency was reported around 10:40 a.m., more than halfway through the flight. The Civil Aviation Authority reported that the plane was found in La Bendición near Villavicencio. And to end on a happier note, at an attempt to revive Mexico's side of the Tijuana border, self-proclaimed border baby Miguel Marshall invites everyone to visit Estación Federal Plaza. Marshall launched the project with the hopes of creating a binational border, bringing Americans and Mexicans together through the food and drinks. If you are ever looking for an Instagram-worthy trip, Mr. Marshall guarantees you will not be disappointed. And back to you, ladies, at the desk.
Next on State of Events, the Bay Area will see sunny days all week.
And imagine receiving horrible news through a robot. Stay tuned.
Daddy, what is sustainability?
Sustainability?
Yeah, sustainability.
Well, it's composting.
Cool.
It's conserving water.
What about clothes?
You can reuse clothes too. Are you ready for school?
Almost done.
I'm Ashley Loessa with your 7-day weather report, and there are good things happening this week. After a series of storms, floods, and power outages due to the rain, the Bay Area is finally getting a dry week. Seems like forever, doesn't it? Not only that, but we're also going to see temperatures increase throughout the week. Starting with today, Tuesday, we're getting high temperatures at 55 degrees, low temperatures at 45 degrees. Partly cloudy right now, however, tomorrow is going to be our sunniest day of the week at 58 degrees. You see this guy right here? That is Simon the Sun in San Francisco. Take that, Carl the Fog. Thursday, we're also getting 58 degrees. Friday and Saturday is going to be partly cloudy. However, next week, starting on Sunday, we're going to be hitting the mid-60s at 65 degrees for Sunday and Monday. I mean, overall, it's going to be a great week. We're getting back-to-back sun. No sign of rain here. It's going to be a good one. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Ashley. So excited for that sunny weather. An East Bay family shattered by the loss of their father and frustrated by the way the news of his impending death was delivered to him. Kaiser Permanente is under increased scrutiny after a video surfaced showing a robot-like machine with a live streaming doctor who tells a patient he will likely die in days. Kaiser Permanente released a statement saying, "We don't support or encourage the use of technology to replace the personal interactions between our patients and their care teams. We understand how important this is, all for concerned and regret that we fell short of the family's expectations." They go on to say how they'll review how to improve patient experience with televideo capabilities.
A new system has been developed for police officers that enables them to see what areas of their community needs to be patrolled. Bay Area police departments are experimenting with a controversial software from Predpool in Santa Cruz that tells cops where to patrol. The software relies on crime victim reports and uses an algorithm that predicts where and when crime is most likely to occur. The system has been used by over 50 departments in the U.S. and 10 in California. So many are skeptical of the new technologies and believe that bias in reports can lead to excessive over-policing. Some departments claim they unsubscribed from the system because it didn't seem to make a difference.
Charlotte Russe is closing all locations. With 500 stores in the U.S. and more than 8,000 employees, the company filed bankruptcy last month in hopes that a buyer would step in to save the retail chain. In a statement to USA Today, the company is optimistic about the future of the brand and is currently in negotiations with a potential investor. Liquidation sales have begun and will end no later than April 30th. We'll send it over to Nicole with all things sports in the Bay.
Thank you, Lisa and Alex. This was an event-filled week, so let's take it to San Francisco State to begin. Men's basketball took on the Los Angeles Golden Eagles on Tuesday for the first round of CCAA playoffs. Gators led in the first half 33-29. To start off the second half, SF State experienced two separate power outages, delaying the game by almost an hour. Resuming back to the game where it was tied up at 70, taking the game to overtime, Gators fell short 81-76. Women's basketball clinched a spot for the playoffs for the first time since 2013. They played UC San Diego in the CCAA tournament opener on Tuesday. Lady Gators couldn't hold it together, ending the season with a final score 87-36. Men's wrestling Jordan Garola and Justin Pichivantana went to Cleveland to compete in the NCAA Division II Wrestling Championship on Friday. Pichivantana secured 7th place and Garola advanced to the 3rd place bout. Women's track and field went to Kansas on Saturday to compete in the CCAA Indoor Championship. The women finished in 10th place with 18 points total, a program best. Men's baseball is having to sit out another weekend at home due to the Swamp's unplayable field conditions. Recent rain saturated the field. They postponed the 2 games against UC San Diego for a date to be determined. Women's softball had to postpone their games against Sonoma State on Wednesday due to weather conditions. The women were able to take the turf Friday and Saturday, where they took 3 of 4 games. Now taking it around the Bay, where Antonio Brown signed with the Oakland Raiders. In the agreement, the wide receiver will receive a salary increase for the 3-year contract from $38 million to $50 million. In the Steelers trade deal, they will receive the Raiders' 3rd round and 5th round pick in this year's draft. More exciting things to come in the sports world as spring training is underway. That is it for your sports roundup. I'll send it back to you two at the desk.
And that's it for State of Events this week. I'm Alexandria Hernandez. Follow us on our social media platform for more Gator news.
And I'm Lisa Lebrignac. Have a great week, and hopefully the sun stays out so we can enjoy some SF sports.